I watched my mother at 49 die of cancer. Every aunt, except for two, has died with cancer on my mother's side. My father's side was heavy with cancer. Cancer's been a reality in my life ever since I was 8 years old. For years, I loved the river. I even liked the air from the river. It was soft. It was easy breathing. I just loved it. Raised on the river all my life. So when I went through a very rigorous chemotherapy, I thought, well, this is bad. But my home's nice, It was good and clean. We didn't have a problem breathing in it and this and that. And I said, I got a nice bed. I got my dogs, my wife. I'll recover. If there's recovery, I'll recover. And then boom, lost it all.
Waves of rain coming up over the next several days.
I was watching NOAA weather on the river forecast, and I kept telling my wife, we're going to be all right, we're going to be all right. And then something told me to turn around and look back at that page again.
A ton of rain on top of the already saturated grounds. This will lead to devastating and potentially catastrophic and generational flash flooding.
So I was too weak to even think about trying to help get anything out. All I could do is sit in a chair like I'm doing now and watch everything I've worked for be destroyed. It puts you at the end. You don't know where hope's going to come from.
There's not anything I can trip over. First thing I'll show you that it's a very nice sized bathroom that's put in there, full bath. In the area here, of course, which is a kitchen area with double sink, a microwave, and a refrigerator. We usually, if we are the other two houses, we would have a 2-burner hot plate and an electric one and an electric grill, a good grill that people could put at the top here and use. When the floods happened in 2021 in eastern Kentucky, of course it was on the news, and I just kept thinking about it so much, and I began to research. There were still people who were not being helped like they should and didn't have homes. And so I was in Columbia. A friend of mine down there built a cabin for me, and he built a couple of tiny homes. And I saw one of them, and I came back, and I kept thinking about it.
And then just one day out of the blue, Nancy calls me and said, Danny, do you have a tiny house finished? And lo and behold, I was just finishing one, and Nancy bought and paid for that herself, the cost of that tiny house. And we took it up to eastern Kentucky, and that's how it all began. And then she says, well, I can't afford to do this over and over, so we're going to start a non-profit foundation to start giving these things to needy people and whatever. And bless her heart, that's how we've been going ever since.
The first one we took that up there March 21st, 2023. The next one we took was in April of 2024. And then this is the third one that we're trying to do now.
You don't know where hope's going to come from. Then all of a sudden, just like y'all show up out of nowhere. We're going to fix you up. We're going to get you a place to live. It's been such a gracious setup. I did not expect what y'all are doing for me. I don't know what I've done to deserve it.
At some point in our lives, we all become enamored with the world. And then I guess when you start to get a little bit older, and especially if you're in bad health and all that, you get enamored into doing what gives you peace. And his peace is going to be out here. I could tell it in his voice. I could tell he just wants to be out here where he can breathe.
If there's a chance of recovery, I'll get it by breathing good air.
Yes, there you go.
Not where I'm at right now,
If we do this for him, we have helped him afford his peace.
All my life, I never dreamed I'd be in this situation. And I've helped a lot of other people in my life, but I never expected I to be the one to receive help. So when that happens, it changes you. It really does change you. Humbles you, makes you gracious, and spiritually even brings me closer. So I just can't speak enough for the kind-heartedness of the people. And I hope other people have similar stories.
If I had 1,000, there's 1,000 people could use them right now. But unfortunately, I can't build them for free. Nancy can't keep buying them for free, and so we just try to get as many donations and as many events. And you know, whether she forks over the thousands of dollars herself or now with Freedom Tiny Homes, she's doing it. There is no doubt that a great joy comes from her from the time we set this here and Bo is moved in his home and all that. It'll be, Danny, what are we gonna do? Where are we gonna go? Danny, let's do another. What do you think about this? You know, that's Nancy.
I'm not a real emotional type guy. Never have been, but and I'm not the sharpest person for words, but I try to be true. And truth is, I can't be thankful enough.